from him over the last few months, and if he shows up alongside Kesarado, this team becomes ferocious. And Vitality, it's a tough opening game if FURIA arrive.
Yeah, really tough opening game. I spoke with Gary outside the hotel just on the way in today, and he just kind of mentioned it feels like the star players, it feels like they're getting more confidence, that they're building themselves back up to where we've seen them in the past, and that's only good signs for FURIA. You add the eye test that's looked good with Fallen's leadership, yeah, this team can be dangerous if they start firing on all cylinders. Set up for the half wall. There's a flashback at Coffins for Vitality.
Apex has it cocked and ready to go. Flames and ZywOo waiting for that initial fight. Flames will take the attention. Molotov does not go to the sandbag, so Flames is trying to sell his life so that ZywOo can succeed, and that is exactly what ZywOo will do. It's a couple of kills, makes up 4, and ZywOo just shuts down the entire setup. ZywOo's first round at Cologne is an ace in the pistol round.
Oh, the old bait and switch. So beautiful. They could never get a read. They could never actually find this fight. Shout out to Flames, ensuring that with that flashbang, he swung wide to activate ZywOo in this play. And what a way to start Cologne.
Let's go! They were not watching you?
No one was watching me.
Let's go, boys!
No one was watching him.
That's got fucking Apex. Sorry, excuse me. That's got Apex. That's got me fired up.
Fired up,
yeah,
Jason.
I'm ready to go now.
Excuse the French. ZywOo with a hot start. FURIA down to Glocks. And we'll take a moment to take a breather. There's been so much talk over the last few months about Donk and Monacy's rival. ZywOo fell out of that conversation for a long time. He hasn't been sort of fighting for that top spot, it feels like.
Let's be real, he's still out of that conversation. But I mean, look, the thing you have to think about with ZywOo is, you know, he's always said, from speaking with him, it feels very true. Like, it doesn't come off as false that he doesn't actually care about any of that. He doesn't care about that individual accolade. He doesn't care about being considered the best player in the world. He didn't care about it when he was on the verge of overtaking Simple back in CSGO. So now when you come into this, he's not going to care about it when, you know, actually it might even be a relief that that conversation isn't constantly there.
It's true, but
he certainly got the skills, and Vitality would certainly love for him to play like that, and we certainly still have the expectations that he can deliver like the best player in the world.
A solid performance in Cologne could absolutely change that. FURIA to the buy, finally with rifles. Skulls is looking to apply some pressure towards top middle. We really enjoyed Skulls' performance in FURIA throughout stage 1. He's looking a lot more comfortable. A lot of the Skulls critics have even had to say that, you know, he's definitely looking more comfortable inside of this FURIA squad. He saved FURIA a lot of the times in stage 1.
I mean, he just looks like a completely different player. So much more comfort within this team. Here comes the execute. Late round take of Banana. Flames up close against these AKs, and you shall not pass this smoke. Oh no, a complete disaster.
That was a buy for FURIA. They do not get even through that smoke. It's ZywOo and Flames. That combo is just locking Banana down.
And look at the way that this map has started. You have the ace from ZywOo in the pistol round, and now you get this where no one can actually even make it through the smoke. They get stuck behind it, they block each other, and get absolutely deleted. If you're FURIA, this is a low point already.
Oh, yeah.
3 rounds in.
It's definitely a low point. We'd be surprised to see a timeout come in at some point soon, because it's been a very slow start to this game. Vitality have come out with an absolute heater. Fallen, sprinting out through Banana, gets beyond that half wall.
And look, let's put this in context too. Inferno is a must-win map for FURIA. The idea that you go to Vitality's best map of Mirage and be able to take them there to bring us to a third map, you can't rely on that whatsoever. So this map is critical for FURIA in this series.
Yeah, Fallen's done a pretty good job at forcing these rifles back without losing his life, and no one for FURIA goes down in that skirmish at top Banana, but the bomb is still going towards top mid, and ZywOo's got the read to rotate over, and from Library he's seen enough of Cello to stand and fight, but it isn't exactly the most impactful shots from ZywOo. He leaves that to Spinks instead. ZywOo rotates over to cover off that archway, and Kesarado is left in a 1v5. It feels like FURIA haven't got any kills yet, Jason. It definitely just feels like the minimal amount of frags have come in for FURIA so far.
Yep, just one on Yuri, back in the pistol
A
round.
single kill is just crazy to think about for FURIA as we go into the 5th round of Inferno.
Well, let's see how this next gun round goes. It surely can't get any worse than the first one in round 3, getting stuck behind that banana smoke. Well done from Vitality, as you mentioned. No one committing to the fight against Fallen. No reason to risk your life in that situation, so backing away. Same with ZywOo. Awkward spray out towards long, but doesn't really matter because his goal is just survival. Doesn't need to commit to that long-range fight. And this is a tech as we chill for a little bit.
I think FURIA need to chill for a little bit, just kind of get into this.
Yeah, it might actually be.
There's cold starts, and then there's this. This is freezing.
Yeah, you can't talk, but at least you get to just sit there and I don't know, do whatever breathing exercises, meditation.
Well, Zai was just staring directly at them without a blink.
Yeah,
so.
Whatever mantra you need. It'd be funny if we get to a point where like teams like during a tech timeout would just like stand up and stare down their opponents.
That'd be great. Who do you think would be first to do that?
I think
I feel like a Carrigan move.
I think it's playing out cooler in my head than it would in real life, but
yeah.
It's sweet in my head.
It's kind of be weird in real life, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be a little awkward. I don't know who would do it. I don't think there's any teams who have the attitude. The old VP would have been great for
Yeah, that would have been good. They can do that now with the coaches. Next as returning to Vitality. He'd want some trophies this year with the squad.
And it's been a talking point for Apex too. He's got a lot of faith and a lot of comfort with his coach and really enjoys working with him and just speaking with him about it in the past. He's just kind of been like, look, bringing him in here, you know, I want him to win trophies. I want him to have more trophies. I want him to experience winning the biggest trophies on the biggest stages. So, I mean, part of the reason that Apex brought him in was, you know, to work with him and work closely with him and have his knowledge kind of flow throughout the team, but also he wants his homeboy to have some fucking wits. God, I did it again. I apologize.
You're turning this into an 18+ show. This is a family show, Jason.
That's the last one. I'm going to button it down for the day.
Get the F-bombs out of here, you dirty little mouth. I'll get you some soap to clean that out, Jason.
I profusely apologize to all you listeners at home. But yeah, he wants to be winning trophies with his coach. That's the point I was making.
Doesn't have the same dramatic effect as your previous words, Jason.
Really didn't need to sell it with an F-bomb either, did I?
Let me hear what you thought about yesterday. We had some crazy upsets, Jason.
Yeah, we did. Oh, it's heartbreaking. It's mental to think about. I mean, it's cool because both of those teams, Saw and Mongols, were like two teams from the first half of the season that we were like, all right, we're seeing some cool things. We're seeing some really cool things out of these teams. It's looking good. U-Jerks and Erasdos for Saw were like a revelation. Their rifling was so strong. Mongols, obviously, Mazinho's been on the rise as well. Blitz still playing really good. And just seeing both of them actually capitalize on that potential and show it off and upset some of the biggest teams, it's crazy.
A few days ago, we opened Stage 1 commentating Seoul versus Mongols, and that felt like the most opening game of a tournament ever, right? But now that we're casting it again today...
It's because that first game we were all tentative. We're just like, all right, which Saw is it? Which Mongols is it?
And now today, it's for qualification to the Lanxess Arena. So it's crazy how this tournament has gone so far. And that's going to be a tough game to call because Mongols feel like they're playing better than that opening game and Saw are looking fantastic. So, yeah, that's going to be a fun game later on today. Miles versus Falcons currently going over on that main show. We won't spoil the result for you, but it's over there if you want to catch that action.
You saw the tweet.
I did.
Did it make you feel bad?
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, you're right.
All right, well...
Sorry, I ruined your viewing experience.
Make a note out there in Twitch chat. Dinko is susceptible to peer pressure via social media.
No, I'm not. I'm an accommodating person, and I didn't want to ruin this individual's viewing experience.
Well, 4-0 for Vitality. If goal is to get a good start in Cologne, they're taking the first step. All right, fist bumps, high fives, everyone's clapping, feeling good. We're getting back into things. You know what that means. Tech pause is fixed. Thank you to the admin team. And we've got round 5 for you. It's going to be an AWP in the hands of Fallen, surrounded by full AK-47s and utility. No AWP yet out in the hands of ZywOo. We'll have to see if that even comes out, as we know with ZywOo. He's content, even happy at times, to stick on the M4.
We had a fiery start for Vitality. We'll see if the tech pause has iced them out. Okay, Serrano spamming up through that smoke. Dishes out significant damage to Apex. Banana has been a problem for FURIA. They haven't been able to get up through Banana. They haven't been able to get back this ZywOo Flames combo. This time they forced an adjustment in Vitality's defense. Quite significantly so.
Might not be the adjustment they like with a fourth player over at the A-bomb site, though. Skulls over in Boilers are looking for someone to get aggressive. Apex, with that low HP, is going to park himself inside the bomb site. He'll be stationary for the rest of this round with that HP. Now, with 4 players here, does Vitality want to get aggressive at all towards brackets? Just playing containment for the moment. Defensive smoke deployed, closing access to rep. I almost feel like FURIA look like they want to set up a mid to B split. With these smokes delaying things, are going to make this a really hard timing to hit and synchronize.
And now Vitality start to send players away. They're coming back now. Signs of FURIA's presence in top middle. That bomb's still in Banana, and ZywOo goes for the peak. Dies at long to Skulls.
And Apex has no HP, so he can't do anything. He tucks himself into the site. He has an MP9 and no HP, so it's all in Flames.
So it's either Flames goes nuclear, or this round goes the way of FURIA. Fallen cuts off Apex, trying to make his way back. And now Flames has been spotted, getting pushed from 2 sides. Time is limited. Flames with that headshot. Bomb is down, and the kill comes through that smoke, but they have to sprint to the site. And there's no more time. Surely last second. Is there? Oh, Vitality pick it up. A last second kill onto that bomb carrier. And FURIA cannot catch a break. It's 5 in a row for Vitality.
That's insane. I actually thought he might have gotten that at the last second.
Literally just ran out of time at the millisecond. Flames had to get 1 kill, and he sinks the bomb carrier. That is so huge.
Sinks the bomb carrier behind a Molotov that he threw as well. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for FURIA in the first 5 rounds of this half. And now ZywOo's got the op, and now he's punishing you early deep down middle. FURIA knocked out of their game so hard.
Serrato charges out with a flashbang, and Serrato rips them open with his fangs, and that smoke goes down towards CT. This time, Vitality do not hold that B site. Finally, FURIA break through.
And Vitality not even budging whatsoever. They know the B site has been lost. This is just an automatic save call immediately. Clearing out halls to make sure there's no danger for the save. ZywOo will transition away from his position on Rap side. FURIA is just going to, I mean, at this point, yeah, you check all the details. You don't skip any steps. Clear everything, smoke everything off. Ooh, FURIA's actually coming over for a little look-see.
Vitality's having a peer. No, the leg shot. Yuri gets brought down incredibly low. Now, Spinks is still on the A side of the map. He's nowhere near this.
Yeah,
so they're just poking and prodding and trying to get a couple of X's and damage the economy of FURIA.
I think equally, though, they probably don't want to lose these weapons, even though Spinks has $11,000.
Yeah, it's been a very clean start from Vitality.
Yeah, ZywOo will just take a shot at a very narrow angle.
Whoop.
He knows there's one still, can't land it. FURIA's going to get away, and they have their first round on the board.
Yeah, but Spinks is still over towards T-Stars. Mezzi's charging down middle. They look to make this very expensive for FURIA right at the end. They're going to throw utility down. They're going to try and heat things up. And Cello and Skulls will hang on to those weapons, and they will stop Spinks and Mezzi from creating problems.
Yes, they will. Dangerous situation for FURIA, and they come out on top. So some rebuys for Vitality, but they've got plenty of economy to handle it. Good job from Serrato. It's one of the things I talked with Gary about. I mentioned I spoke with him at the hotel before coming in today, and I even just kind of said, like, one of the things I've noticed is Serrato is way more active in like the first 20, 30 seconds in the round than I'm used to, and here just grabbing 2 entries over in Banana like it's nothing.
He's like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Love to see it. Mezzi's going to mix some aggression into his playstyle, and he's got a clear runway until he meets Skulls. Heads up, watching for the push. And an early advantage for FURIA.
ZywOo drags the AWP over to the library. Spinks fighting from short, gets taken out by Fallen. ZywOo had to chime in. And he's holding for that second. Smoke is about to come up. As long as they wait long enough for that smoke to bloom, they'll be able to get onto the site. And ZywOo still fighting. Smoke breaks apart. Yuri goes down. And a 2 versus 3 that just seems difficult for Vitality again here to retake. So They're walking away from this. FURIA will pick up 2 in a row.
They needed that third player. I think that was Apex trying to come through the smoke and brackets to wrap around into the bomb site to create a second angle. And this time, K-Serrato, not the entry man, not the aggressor. He's just chilling and lurking and waiting for that. So FURIA now with 2, seemingly unfazed, not knocked off kilter by these first 5 rounds.
And there was plenty of frustrating moments. You get aced by ZywOo in the pistol. You get one kill in 3 rounds or 4 rounds, and then last second missed plant. So there's a lot of moments for FURIA that could have tilted them off the face of the universe, but they have stayed in it. Now there's a sense of being able to build into this as Vitality go for their first time out. As you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of money available for Team Vitality. So even though they've lost 2 rounds in a row, they still got so much cash.
So much cash on the CT side built up. It would almost be a travesty if they let this kind of early 5-0 lead slip away.
It's true.
They have so many opportunities to rebuy and adjust and adapt.
I mean, this start for Vitality, it really ends the conversation that is often had in these tournaments when a team joins later in the competition. Is the team coming in from the stage 1 or the play-in going to have more of an advantage warming up? Well, I think with Vitality start, that instantly ends that conversation. They're here to play.
I mean, if you look across the board, everything would lend to that, right? Saw Mongols with those upsets yesterday as well, to teams coming in fresh, teams coming in cold. And that's, I think, why it would be such a devastating travesty if Vitality wasn't able to capitalize on such a good start with everything falling in their favor. Out of the tactical, we're going to get a technical. Giving you everything today.
Yeah, it's a communication issue.
We don't like those.
No, we do not.
Communication's a two-way street.
It is. Unless one of them is a narcissist. And then it's a one-way street, Jason.
Okay. We'll add that to the quote. That's the new evolution.
We can add that onto it, and it rolls off the tongue. We'll get this one solved. I've had a few of these, but they always get fixed nice and quick.
As always, my dream occurrence for this match with ZywOo having an AWP on the CT side is that we just see dominant ZywOo moving around the map. We saw him with the mid pick a couple rounds back. I'd like seeing more of those aggressive plays, peek down banana, peek down middle, maybe get aggressive and go for that peek and ult mid. You got options, and we know that op on Inferno, if it gets rolled on the CT side, can just control and dictate where the Ts feel comfortable attacking.
I'm sure Brazilian fans wouldn't like to see that, though. I'm sure they would be happy if it was a quiet ZywOo, but he doesn't look like he's going to be that quiet ZywOo today.
Now 11-1, 5 of those in the pistol. It's actually a very cool op battle when you think about it. Fallen, obviously not on the same level these days, but has put together some very good individual maps in this tournament with his AWP. Some brilliant sequences that we saw over on Anubis.
That was crazy.
Yeah, some combat opping, some classic vintage Fallen was peeking out from behind the curtain. It was great. I could go for that too.
Yeah, more of that, please.
Yeah, I'm greedy. I'll take it all.
Vitality's results recently haven't been bad, but I think when you look at a roster like Vitality, their expectations are different than the rest of the squads, right?
Yeah.
They're in that top echelon, so they're wanting trophies. So second place is the first loser.
Yeah, it's weird because there is like a very negative conversation around Vitality because it's clear with the eye tests and even just hearing from the players themselves and the team themselves. There's some things that aren't clicking the way that they feel like they should be. And I mean, all these 5 players individually, very, very good, but just something hasn't been working, and a lot of it comes down to roles, who's playing where. But you look at these results, it's not bad. I mean, second at Pro League, second at Dallas, semifinals at Blast Spring Finals, quarterfinals at Esports World Cup is a rough one. Obviously, you go back further to Katowice, it's a little ugly. But even that Esports World Cup, like getting to the playoffs, getting to the quarterfinals, it looked bad.
Yeah, but
it didn't look good.
Let's not miss out on the Katowice top. Sure, it was at the start of the year, but it's the other championship event, right? And
Yes.
This is Vitality expected to do well at events like this. Katowice seems to have a curse for them. They've been in the final in Cologne.
I just bet, I like to keep my reference point for teams on that HLTV 3-month filter.
Yeah.
Like you go all the way back to Katowice, and it's like we've been over that. And yeah, it's an ugly stain on their resume for 2024 for sure. But I think some of those
You can make up for it with a good performance in Cologne.
And some of these issues still obviously persist.
Well, the issues are not persisting in terms of communication. They're sorted out. We're ready to go. It is 5-2 for Vitality. FURIA off the back of it 2 rounds in a row. See if they can keep it up with AKs on every player. Kesserado getting into Banana early on. Grenades will land past him. He won't take any damage from these initial skirmishes, but Flames is charging right through that smoke, and Kesserado handles business.
Feels very forced, like that play was designed out of spawn and they just stuck with it, even though it's not ideal. Maybe some utility was missed, but coming through that smoke, Keserado's not blind whatsoever. No flashbangs, nothing harassing him, and that's an easy frag and an easy advantage for FURIA again.
Now the bomb is going to be going towards the apartments. Mezzi sits within the site, and Zaiwu towards pit. Committed position with AWP, but he's got cover. He can dance in and around this wall. And Mezzi, if he sets up enough distractions, Zaiwu's ult could prove lethal. Mezzi from the site collects 1 kill, and Zaiwu's got the rest. No issues for the French Hopper. He now knows where his next victim is. He'll flash up short. Smoke is up to protect Yuri. The grenade for Zaiwu is so heavy.
It's beefy. Man, Fallen just frozen in that corner. You're fighting towards bomb site and you hear that op ring out and see a teammate fall and you just know you're dead. You're frozen in the open, frozen in place, and helpless. So, a 5-on-4 for FURIA. Doesn't pan out with the hulls pop, trying to hit a creative timing, but Kesserado can actually still
do something with this, because there's separate 1v1 fights. One towards CT, one in Banana.
Problem is he needs to make something happen now. There's 15 seconds, and when no one's showing themselves, this defense of like just staying pat and just staying hidden is actually perfect, because if Kesserado was able to get 1 kill, you could see that bomb over in halls. Maybe you force a rotation. This late in the round, Vitality takes a death at the B bomb site. They probably think that both players are attempting to finish there, and maybe you get a rotation. Kesserado goes down at the end.
For the time, so he has money left over, and it won't be a 3-round in a row comeback for FURIA. Vitality back to winning ways out of the tech issue. And it's Zaiwu, who was earlier playing towards B. He finds himself in pit this round, combining with Mezzi, and they don't get past that all.
This is the great disaster of going down 0-5 in the fashion you did, without having a whole lot of impact, without getting a whole lot of kills, and letting the money on the CT side grow. There were 4 kills in the first 5 rounds of this game for FURIA. So you get to a point where, yeah, you go on a 2-round streak, and usually that's going to be like a half buy, 2 rifles, some SMGs for your opposition, but Vitality had built up like 4 or 5 rounds of buying just by the virtue of how strong they were to open this map. So FURIA is just playing this game on nightmare mode, having to grind back this game against full buy after full buy after full buy with no relief. This music really does make me feel like I'm on an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, you're beginning. Yeah, it's a fantasy being lived out, Jason.
Get out there, Maverick.
Zaiwu, confident to take the pick down middle. He's 13-1 to start off his Cologne campaign, and Spinks, oh, he's moved down into second mid. Fallen spotted. That Tech 9 will not fall, though. Now Cello's turn for Boiler. Oh, he gets Zaiwu. And that's a huge opening to get Mezzi looking to plug the gap, though. He goes to fight short, but Cello is playing the sound of death right now inside of the site. And Spinks, he's trying his best to make up for Vitality's weaknesses inside of this A-bomb site, but Cello does not stop. Unrelenting, finally taken out by that HE grenade, but the damage is already done.
Yo, that fence on balcony saved his life.
It did.
That is made of some tough material, blocking all of Mezzi's bullets. And this is like a change of pace, I think, brought on by individual decisions. Like, you get that spam going towards alt mid, and Cello up in halls is like, oh, I can actually beat his fallback. If he's actually peeked that far down mid, he's got a long route to run, picks up the pace, good heads-up play from Cello, and you get that kill, and you say, they've been starting 3B, let's actually try and pressure this a little bit faster. And then once again, you find another kill on Mezzi, who misses the shot. It's perfect.
So 2 out of the 3 round wins that FURIA found is off the back of Kesserado sprinting up Banana, getting 2 entries, and this one's Cello crushing down on that A defense.
Look, they all count. You know, we're not going to sit here and say FURIA's playing beautiful team Counter-Strike, but yeah,
it's keeping them in the start.
You have the individuals to win as individuals as well, so use that to your advantage. And as bad as this half has looked, you start winning a round like that here and there. Every once in a while, get up towards 4 or 5, and regardless of the fact that you've been outplayed and you've looked like the lesser team, you're going to have plenty of rounds to make this a match in the second half.
Another tech issue, unfortunately.
Yeah, thankfully both teams extremely experienced with these situations in tournaments, and I mean, the stop and start of play like this can really take you out of the flow, out of the momentum, out of the game, but these guys are going to be well experienced at dealing with these pauses.
The rest of the series involves Mirage up next as Vitality's map pick. And if needed, we got Nuke for third. Do you think we're going to need 3 maps in this series, Jason?
Like I said, if Vitality win Inferno, I think it's a 2-0. I don't think Furia's winning Mirage. I think the hard part about this whole series, when you prepare for it, if you're Furia, you're looking at it and you like Nuke, you don't like Mirage, but you have to ban other maps. So they're going to get their best map. And even though you like Nuke, it's Vitality's second map. So you're playing 2 really, really, really strong maps. Inferno is the weakness that Furia is trying to punish, and if they can't do it here, it's hard to imagine that they would cause an upset on one of Vitality's strengths. I mean, ZywOo is a beast on Nuke. He's a beast on any map, really.
Yeah, it's true.
But specifically Nuke.
But Nuke like, is, yeah, it's another level.
That beast shows up a little more often.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
It looks like a little, I don't know. Yeah, like a purple-eyed lemur.
Cool.
Or some weird sloth.
Yeah, or sloth. I feel like sloth is taken, though. Like,
yeah, NAF is kind of taking that market.
You can't bring a sloth.
I seen a sloth recently, Jason.
How was that?
It was pretty cool. It was like this open. It was kind of like a zoo, but it was a lot more space for the animals, so it was kind of cool. So I went up there, and it was the monkeys were sharing the same sort of enclosure as the sloth, and the sloth was moving pretty fast for a sloth, man.
Yeah,
and
faster than you expected.
Yeah, it was climbing above my head. It had this tube, and it could climb above your head, and you could stand underneath it. And a little monkey came over and started peeing through the hole. So I had to dodge that, Jason. But that was a fun day.
That's a special day.
I was there with nature.
One with nature.
Sloths are awesome creatures, though. I can see why NAF loves a sloth.
Are they awesome?
Yeah, dude. It's like they're slow.
Yeah.
They live life in the slow lane.
Sure. Everything that makes.
They take everything.
Animal.
They enjoy life more than others, and they sometimes even forget to eat. They're so lazy. So, a lot in common with gamers. And Spinks, he's charged down mid. That M4 is ready to go, and no one's turning, no one's thinking about it. Finally, Yuri has a little look towards Spinks, and it's lucky that he did, because he actually outmatches Spinks in that fight.
I wonder if he heard a footstep as Spinks kind of sped that up to turn the corner. Either way, this is a lot of 5-on-4 advantages that Fury's been able to find. I think this is their 3rd or 4th one so far in this game. And now they're going to build upon it. Apex gets a little lazy with that peek and utility, but Flames has a rebuttal.
No way. You can't let this happen, Furia. 2 kills, clean on the entry, and Flames off the coffins. It's just ripping them to shreds. He nearly takes everybody with him to the grave. And now Fallen's left in a 1v3 total. He's collected that first kill. There's still 2 remaining. And that rotation from Mezzi is only arriving now. So Fallen, he puts the bomb down. He could have thrown the smoke out towards CT, but instead uses that to the site. There's a gap. Fallen goes to use it. ZywOo already had eyes on it and pins him down with an AWP. But what a step up. What a hold from Flames.
Yeah, that's a 1v5 hold from Flames at the B bomb site. 4 kills, and I think if he went passive after the 4th one, he would have got the 5th. If he just reset himself, he got a little eager for that ace. But it's all good when you deliver like this. 2 rounds that Flames has individually, literally by himself, won for Vitality at the B bomb site.
I don't know how Fury are going to deal with this now. When you get 2 entries towards B, you're all charging at 1 player. And you still can't get into the site.
Yeah, those kinds of miscues for Furia, they'll start to make you in a game feel like you're just getting buried. Inability to trade a player like that when you have such an overwhelming advantage. 5-on-4 into a 5-on-3. And 1 guy takes you out. Chip damage from the native Apex. He eats a ton of damage in return. That's not what he wanted. We'll give him a pass. He's been excellent outside of that flashbang. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal.
It was still pretty funny though. Apex just getting absolutely destroyed by the flash. FURIA, they still want to go B.
I think this is a lot of FURIA just saying, you know what, we're getting a little bit beat up in these defaults. Obviously, 7-3, it hasn't worked the way it's designed. Let's go into something a little bit more simple, and let's focus on the trading that we struggled with in the previous round. Now, the hard part is because they've been stalled out for so long, by the time they end up pulling the trigger, Spinks is going to be here.
And there's still utility to delay this final push of FURIA. Flames forced out of his position. He'll play for Nubox instead and strip back into second oranges. Here comes that attack for FURIA. Flames from the site. It's Cello down. Flames looking for a multi-kill yet again, and he will secure it. This time he's got Apex to back him up, and Apex, oh, he's down. Tech 9 for Fallen, strikes into action, and now suddenly it is a winnable round for Fallen. He's on for the ace. He's on for all 5.
4 HP.
Yeah, 4 health, that's all he's got to play with here, but Fallen, he brings the fight to ZywOo, and suddenly it is just Mezzy left. Just Mezzy to stop the power of the Professor. And Fallen waits around that corner, doesn't want to give away his spot, doesn't want to peek into the open. He won't fall for that initial tap. He will not fall for that old trick. The second, he won't even peek that until this fight eventually comes. Mezzy walks into him and prevents Fallen from pulling off a heroic clutch to save FURIA. It's 8 rounds for Vitality, but that was a damn nice try from Fallen.
It really was. He did everything he possibly could. I mean, obviously all the kills are lovely, but even in the one-on-one, right as the bomb goes down, that's so much time to have to play a post-plant 1v1 with only 4 health. And even holding his nerve, not peeking on the first, not even really peeking on the second. Mezzy just had all the advantages.
Dude, this is going to be such a frustrating half for FURIA because you're thinking about so many of these scenarios that you should have won, how close you came to winning multiple rounds in this half. They have to get 4, though. They have to get 4 out of this.
They got to do it with mostly Galils.
You think to how FURIA have won the majority of the rounds in this half, it has been one individual stepping up and getting those clean entries.
Okay, Serrato, Cello's had a couple.
Doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to happen for them here in round 12.
You don't get to do this, you don't get to live in this reality, but if you take the first 5 rounds away, FURIA's done a really good job on this T side of finding kills, finding access to bomb sites. I think the biggest problem has been, as I mentioned earlier, every single round is against full buys. Every single round is against rifles, AWP, every single smoke and Molotov possible. They haven't had anything easy.
They're walking again into the B bomb site. The B site has been the bane of their existence. And Flames, a huge part of that. He hides, he shrouds himself in the darkness. And he now reveals himself to 2 kills in Serrato and Yuri. The fangs of FURIA are blunted in this half. And Vitality is now a 3 versus 2 for them to try and close this 9-3. FURIA get the bomb down. This time Fallen isn't alone. He has Cello with him. And Cello is inside of Banana. There's utility, there's time, and Vitality have the player advantage. Cello is pulled into focus of CT. He's smoked out.
That's going to make him think there's no banana flank, though.
And he's looking for it intermittently, but here comes Spinks. Doesn't see Cello. That smoke is acting against Vitality at the moment, but he's going to start spamming it, trying to keep their attention. Cello goes back to that kill. Now Fallen at the coffin, spraying down, goes down to ZywOo, and Cello left alone. He wanted to pull the utility, but he couldn't stop ZywOo. ZywOo opens the half with an ace and closes it with the deagle. It's Vitality in the lead, 9-3.
Well, if your first goal is to start out playing hot at Cologne, Vitality have accomplished that. ZywOo got him started in the right way. 5 kills, an ace in the pistol round. He ends the first half 16-3. He's got Flames, a little sidekick, locking down that B bomb site round after round. He's got 15 kills, and they have buried FURIA in a 9-3 hole.
Yeah, Flames was incredible in that half as well. It's just so sick to see Vitality's CT side look that strong. And now with a pistol round win, Inferno could be a very short story. FURIA invest into 3 sets of dual Berettas, and Cello gets melted. ZywOo is having a field day in pistol rounds. He is the only player for Vitality to get a kill in a pistol round, still to this point.
I kind of want to play a game against ZywOo. I just want to see what it feels like. Because it looks funny.
It would feel rough. It would feel real rough.
What are you supposed to do? Skulls and Yuri up in halls. So there's no resistance at the A bomb site. They'll be able to gather information. It's just about, can they hold on to their position, stay alive, and have some impact, so when eventually K-Serato and Fallen come over, they can actually make an attempt at the retake. And as soon as Vitality swing into the bomb site and see nobody shooting at them from pit, nobody shooting at them from the bomb site, they're going to know halls, which they've never cleared, is a very real point of danger. They've got to be a little confused right now as well. Oh, Apex about to find it out.
Ooh, apartment's now cleared. Apex has the information. They're currently occupying the apartments.
I think this round is, I think I feel pretty confident just calling this. Like, even if they come in for the retake, there's no kit.
Yeah.
You got to find 5 players, 3 of them are in pit, 2 of them in the bomb site.
And the utility's all over a B still.
There's about 15 different crossfires. There's, I mean, for a must-win round, FURIA put up no fight.
Yeah, there's no urgency about this either. They're still coming closer to the A bomb site, but they're so far away from it. It's a cool boost to get a kill on the Apex, but yeah, it's just a limited time is the problem. They don't have any real standing in this round, and it's 10 for Vitality, so essentially it was one off the back of that blistering shot from ZywOo, and the round's over. 10-3.
Yeah, I don't really like that from FURIA. Like, that's a critical round that you have to win. I would have liked to see a little bit more fire than that. So Vitality get MAC-10s and rifles. FURIA is going to have to decide to do with this armor that they've saved into the next round. 10-3 and a timeout taken from FURIA, their second, as they discuss things. Do they want to force up here, or do they want to wait until they can get some stronger weapons on board?
Conversation currently going on in the FURIA camp. Their second timeout used in regulation. There's all this talk about some of the teams that have come into this competition and have had some losses already. You know, we're talking G2, we're talking Spirit. We were wondering, would Vitality fall into that same conversation? Well, right now, it looks like a completely different story for Vitality.
And honestly, like, before the games began yesterday, if you had asked someone who's the likeliest to get upset in this opening round, G2, Spirit, or Vitality, I think most people probably would have said Vitality.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. Well, Apex getting destroyed by Cello.
Oh, and a tag down mid from Yuri with the scout. This is a very nice start. Oh, but it's speeding up, and they have got no way to stop it.
Charging out of the balcony, descending down into the A bomb site. They've got 2 kills in this Vitality, and they're 2 important ones because they've got full control of this A site. FURIA start to rotate these players back. Fallen is the closest to the fight. The plant is in. Fallen's looking to see if he can catch someone trying to change position, get into a post plant, but Vitality have found themselves quite comfortable. ZywOo's elevated on the box inside of the bomb site. Fallen's got beyond that utility, but Spinks has still got eyes on this, but Fallen's just charging in, gets caught by Spinks from pit, gets caught by the flash, and that does cost him his life.
Yeah, he actually might have been able to create an opening for his team if he didn't get blind, but he ate that flashbang. That looked really silly, but I guarantee he was full white on his screen.
Dude, the way ZywOo can even control that Galil spray while he's just jumping off a box is so crazy. It's 11 rounds now for Vitality. It just keeps getting worse for FURIA. And up next is Mirage.
Mirage is, as I've said, Vitality's best map. It's FURIA's worst map by win rate.
the only way I do damage right now. Let's go, boys.
So quite a disparity between the two teams heading into map 2. And this, I mean, for me, as I've said a couple of times, losing Inferno is just the series over for FURIA. We'll have to see what this new lineup can do on Mirage next. But it's not looking like there's anything to really discuss here in Inferno in terms of a comeback building up, in terms of some life coming into the FURIA side. Vitality's just had their way with them this entire map.
Cello just gets wiped out. It's map point for Vitality. FURIA will have, will likely be their only buy here on the CT side in the next round. And it's exactly what Vitality want. It's what this team is designed for, and it's having ZywOo, Flames, and Spinks at the top of the charts. Apex and Mezzi down fulfilling their roles, but you want those three players at the top of the scoreboard finding impact and winning you games like this.
And boy, have they. I mean, Flames especially. ZywOo's going to get, obviously, he always attracts the most conversation, but Flames is...
so much impact.
I mean, winning the round at the last second because he drops the bomb carrier with 6 seconds remaining in like a 1v4 hold of the B bomb site, his 1v5 hold of the bomb site, getting 4 kills on it.
It's so impressive that he's able to do that more than once in a single half. Now ZywOo charging up Banana. We know this is his comfort ground, but not this time. Cello wipes the floor with him. Kesserado, oh, they're low, they're softened up, and that MP9 only manages 1. There's still this fight for Banana going on, and Cello gets traded, and again, it's Flames biting back, putting Vitality in pole position, and he is going to smoke out CT and sprint into the site with a bomb. Spinks is here to cut off this mid-rotation.
Ooh, awkward situation for him, though.
He's got a smoke to get him out of there. Still uncomfortable for Spinks, but he gets out. He's joining his countrymen inside of Banana. Spinks will hold it, and Vitality come through. Their opening map in Cologne is domination versus FURIA. This is a squad that are looking scary. This is a squad that do not look like they're going to get upset. Mirage is up next. Vitality looking strong.
Is seeing a way that FURIA can win this map, steal it away from them when you have ZywOo playing the way he did, when you have Flamesy playing the way he did. Spink started to step up towards the end. So the pieces on the Vitality side are looking good. Pistol round start, 1-for-1 trade in mid, and Kesserado eats 1 Glock bullet to the dome.
Well, Vitality have decided to go with every single player on Kevlar, so it's all about headshots for Vitality, and they've got a lot of them in these pistol rounds today. And there's another one coming right up. Fallen walks into Spinks, Fallen's down, Vitality into the lead on players, and there's so much time.
Look at the minimap and how much space that kill created. You saw immediately Yuri back away from Con. Kesserado's left the A bomb site. They're going to choose to stack over towards B, and this entire time Vitality was just hoping they'd be able to crawl up connector. Apex needs to find this information though and make sure his teammates don't go up catwalk. That would be the only calamity that Vitality can run into. And with Apex in this position, no one's really scouting the A bomb site, so Vitality's still taking their time, still figuring out exactly where they want to finish, seeing if they can have any more information gathered, seeing if anyone from FURIA is going to push into them.
With the bomb now making its way up connector.
Yeah, making the right call. So pistol round for Vitality.
That's another one for Vitality. FURIA struggling to get good starts in the halves today in this best of 3.
Look at Apex just going from rat position to rat position.
He's loving it. Absolutely loving it. No one from FURIA coming towards him though.
They can't win this round. Once you call that stack, it's over if they don't come to your bomb site. So they'll bring they'll bring the armor into the next round. Kesserado got gushed, so he should still have enough armor. I would wonder if he can upgrade for free. We'll see what they can bring out around that, if they even want to go for a second round buy.
Well, we'll get to see if FURIA want to go for the Force. But Vitality are going to be extremely happy with how today has started for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually super important for a team like Vitality that's supposed to be one of the best in the world, but has been dealing with so many internal issues, probably issues that aren't even like directly related to the Counter-Strike itself. It's you know, the team issues between them, the frustration of things not working, of maybe thinking you need to change some things, adapt some things, those conversations. Getting out to a start like this helps alleviate some of those problems really, really well, especially at the start of a tournament. It's perfect.
FURIA have invested. Castrato's got his head armor. Vitality setting up for an A play. Direct hit into the FURIA defense. Fallen, Castrato, and Skulls, the 3 players closest to A, to try and stop this Vitality attack. Mezzi and Apex will be in Palace.
Better get some god tier shots with those deagles.
Well, here come the smokes. Skulls deploys out his own defensive smoke in the middle of the bomb site, allowing him to play closer with this deagle. The Palace prong to the approach has been softened up. Skulls with 1 on Flames. Traded quickly by Spinks. This round is comfortable for Vitality, especially with that kill through the smoke from Mezzi. They clear the rest of the site and they know they've got it.
Yeah, nice shot from Skulls to open things up, but nothing else can be built upon. It was just the utility, the full wall of smokes that was denying those deagles any lines of sight.
And Skulls was the player that was really stepping up over the last few games for FURIA, especially on Mirage. I felt like his A-hold was incredible. He was getting 3 Ks. When both of his teammates would fall on the site, he was still getting a multi-kill to keep them in the battle. So, you know, FURIA overall may feel uncomfortable on the map, but Skulls in particular looked really good on the A-site defense.
Yeah, he did. He was showing some good things when we saw FURIA play this map earlier in Stage 1. I think the biggest problem with it is just, you know, the level of opposition is going to be completely different. We saw them play this map against Heroic.
They should have won it 13-11 versus Heroic.
Yep, 13-11 win there. They played it against Liquid, a 7-13 loss, and they played it. They did not play it against Imperial. So yeah, I got a couple runs on Mirage under their belts to be able to adapt and change and look at things and see what's working and what's not. But very tough test to start Stage 2 of IEM Cologne.
Terrorists win.
Winner of this game goes on to play FaZe Clan.
Congrats.
That'll be a very exciting matchup if Vitality make it through, looking like it is going to be Vitality. And FaZe versus Vitality, ooh, that's an IEM Cologne game right there, isn't it?
Especially to give an indication of which one of these two like top teams that's come in limping a little bit and struggling, and you know, with themselves. Which of those is gonna look the best and come out on top to start getting into the playoffs? Will be a really cool indicator of what level these teams have come into Cologne with. Vitality staying very grouped up as they have every round so far in this half.
The window smoke blasted open to reveal 2 FURIA players. ZywOo, Apex taking the first 2 in this round for Vitality. You're at least trying to keep FURIA in the fight, but it's going to have to go out again. Second time of asking. Now third, unable to sink Apex. There's a boost being constructed with these 2 FURIA players. Yuri climbing up on top. ZywOo dealing with that. Does lose the majority of his health, but Spinks has got short and covers off Fallen. It's now Castrado, the only remaining player for FURIA. And Vitality once again off to a flawless start. It's going to be 3-0. They had a 5-0 lead on Inferno. Now 3 here on Mirage. It could be a similar or even better for Vitality to kick off Mirage.
FURIA really can't let themselves get into that hole where the money grows so much for Vitality that they'll just never have to save throughout the half. That's exactly what happened on Inferno. If you're going to get into a hole, at least do some damage, get some kills, and make sure they can't just build up an undepletable bank. Apex gets that final frag. It's 3-0. Guns will come back out for FURIA. Fallen should have the AWP as well. So a chance for FURIA to mount some resistance against this Vitality onslaught.
Yeah, it's fine, we won it.
It's fine, we won it. Perhaps not completely happy with it, but...
No, someone probably apologized for a mistake.
Yeah, they got the result. Mid-fight, Skulls getting in towards Connector. Getting back to safety. This is a cool boost from Cello and Yuri. See if they can spot out Spinks in the apartments. But he didn't take a step too far. Now, oh, Cello, that's a risky game you're playing, my friend. And he ends up getting dropped down to 6 health.
Yeah, that was a really bold, naive move from Cello that no one would be having that angle, even with that boost. But that boost wasn't deep enough to spot the position Spinks was in. So Cello pays a heavy price. Vitality playing this round a little bit slow, hoping to let some of this utility be used and burned early from the defense.
ZywOo boosted on top of his teammate's head. That movement was enough to adjust the attention of Kesserado towards him.
Well, breaking the smoke also allowed him get the glimpse of ZywOo jumping up so he could swing back with a pre-fire.
That's the advantage now for FURIA. As we now hit the 39-second mark in this round, the fight is going down to Connector and Skulls with the second play they weren't ready for. Fallen and Skulls combining, keeping FURIA ahead, this time by 2 extra players. And Skulls wants to clear Mezzi. He knows he's got him pinned in there. But Mezzi steps up with a headshot. He's got the bomb in his back. And he knows if he exposes himself to short, he could easily fall down here. And he gets involved with that fight. And Yuri somehow loses it. Remember, Cello, he started at B. Well, he's over at the A site now. And he might be the player to unravel this round for Vitality. He denies that bomb plant. Now there's no time. Spinks has to get it instantly and start planting, but he doesn't have the time for it. Now it's about the kill, and Fallen just hides away. So from 0 to hero, Cello wins the round for FURIA.
Yeah, nice round from Cello. He couldn't really do anything until that last eventuality. Just had to hope and pray they were going to end up coming to that position, and he's primed for it perfectly. Good job from Kesserado and Khan. Fallen even chimes in with an op kill. Not a bad round from Vitality, though. I mean, phenomenal job from Mezzi in a losing effort to get all of those kills, actually be able to pressure the bomb site, but more than anything, FURIA wins the round with only 1 player surviving. So again, money going to be an issue. It's been such a talking point for them on Inferno, obviously, because Vitality had all the cash in the world. Now it's FURIA trying to get going in the CT side with a really low, tough economy to work with.
It's easy for Vitality to just return to the purchase again. Ult out for ZywOo, 8Ks for everybody else. Although if they do concede this one, money will drain down to a half-buy scenario. FURIA will then have the opportunity to get into the start of this game, and it wasn't a luxury afforded to them over on Inferno. But yeah, you look at FURIA's buy here, there's so many weaknesses despite winning the round. They're going to boost Yuri up into ladder room. It's quite quick for Vitality getting players into mid. Fallen's down first, and that's one of the best weapons gone instantly.
This is why I think they wanted to have players in mid so fast, as they wanted the comms from FURIA to be that mid is being pressured. They wanted to take some attention away so Apex could have an aggressive lurk in Palace. And one by one, it all comes crumbling down.
He's looking sharp right now, Mezzi.
That's a heat check peak.
He's won some fights he really shouldn't have had a chance in winning. This time just looking sharp in this round, and that's 4-1 for Vitality. FURIA, it's real tough to have to swallow that pill. No, Yuri.
All that aggressive attention just allowing Apex, I mean everyone, all parts of that Vitality attack in different locations on the map had a pickup of the pace. And able to completely take advantage of things really early on in the round, and now they're hunting down some weapons.
This would be just brutal for FURIA to lose everything here.
Utility used by Yuri, and immediately the comm is both are at the B bomb site. One towards Catwalk on the right side, one was just at the market door.
Yeah, well, they might be arriving at the Stone Age again. The asteroid has come to hit the economy of FURIA. Yuri gets rid of flames, shredded instantly. Now just Cello inside of the smoke, and he's cleared out. Nothing saved for FURIA.
That is a harsh victory for Vitality. Good to see them bloodthirsty and ruthless, ripping everything out of the hands of FURIA. Now they have a decision to make, although with the bonus up at 3 rounds, I imagine it'll be a low buy, pistols and armor, maybe a little bit of nades, and full buy in the next one.
Not much money now. Yeah, it was sales without.
Apex is having fun.
Yeah, he's loving it. As far as opening games go, they haven't really been made distressed yet. They've got so much money. As Apex was mentioning, FURIA do not. ZywOo opens up with the first kill on Yuri. This Deagle, unless it goes massive, is not going to be able to stop anybody from Vitality.
No, they're working so well together, Vitality. Everything's in sync, everything's timed perfectly with different prongs of the attack. Things are looking really good for them on this T-side Mirage.
Yeah, cash is starting to swell.
I think we even heard Apex say that in the last round, didn't we?
Yeah,
We have
he
so
did.
much money.
So much money. And then he had a little French giggle.
A little French giggle.
Cello will at least try and get something out of this, but no one for Vitality is coming his way in Palace. It's going to be a 5-1 start now. It's not a 5-0 start, Jason. It did improve slightly.
Yeah, they did. There is that they can hang their hat on. We'll see what else they can do with this half. Cello's not going to get any of the exits he's looking for. No rifle for the next round saved. I'm interested to see what Apex is going to do. This feels like a round where Apex might just call like an A exec or a fast B exec. They've messed with them in middle so much. They've had so much success there. They've taken it slow. They've taken it fast. They've abused you at Catwalk. They've abused you in Con.
Yeah.
I feel like Apex might try and get ahead of the defense here and just call a different style.
ZywOo's up, pointed towards mid. He's got a pretty good spawn for a pick here. Actually, might just head towards the apartments and go for the B pick. So he's going to send his AWP over there. Fallen up in ladder room with his sniper, and he wants to fight mid. Needs to be careful here. Cello. He's had a couple of jumps that may have cost him. I know that grenade, it slows Casterado down, so it completely halts his motion towards Connector, and that keeps him in the open long enough for Flames to finish him off.
It's okay, Fallen's here for the equalizer. It's not all lost yet. He's hunting desperately to just find a kill, but another one of his teammates have gone down before he's able to even see anyone.
Yeah, this is rough for FURIA. Fallen desperately hanging around, trying to get rid of Flames. Even that grenade is not enough to finish off the low HP Flames. A 5 versus 3 for Vitality, and they've got so much time in this round to play with.
And a quick hit a tab and you have all the information if you're Apex. You get the communication from Flames that a nade came out from Catwalk, so one's playing there. You see Cello is still alive as that B anchor, Skulls is still alive as the A anchor. You can start piecing things together. And they just have an infinite amount of time to work with in a 5-on-3. It's such a tough round for FURIA to figure out where exactly they need to be positioned.
Their best chance is if this bomb goes towards A. Flames is searching through this B bomb site.
Oh, Cello, this is gonna suck.
He's got the one angle that Cello's not positioned for.
You might not clear it.
Oh, tip of the barrel. He's not going to clear it at all. Cello looks up to the apartments, nearly gets a second kill out of that as well, but will fall at the hand of Spinks, who just proves to be immortal right now, yet to die. That's a 7th kill. And now Mezzi stands out of the ramp. Bomb goes to B, and Mezzi is about to remove everything from FURIA's hands. Fallen knows that Mezzi's there, but the peek into him is not going to work out for Fallen. It is 6-1 for Vitality.
Yeah, I mean, you have that kind of a 5-on-3 for that long, and it's easy to kind of work the map. They found the success over at the B bomb site, and they didn't even need to use Mezzi, who's just setting up to take everything away from them again. FURIA not able to slow down this Vitality attack at all.
You could just tell by the comms that nothing's hectic right now. Everything's going so smoothly for Vitality. A timeout taken, second for FURIA. Still their coach having his say. FURIA do not have the weapons to combat against the full force of Vitality here. It's a scout for Fallen, MP9, so on Casterado, Yuri, and pistols for the rest.
Here's that change up in style. That was a round late. Mid-utility, but it's going to be a timing hit towards the B bomb site. Nade and Scout combined for the first kill. Cello does fine work with the P250.
Oh, Apex.
Spam down randomly. And Apex is going to drop the bomb to take space and make sure there's no stack.
He's activated bloodthirsty mode. He throws the bomb down, says it's not his job.
I think it might have actually been his job, though. ZywOo's got the op. It's not going to be his plant, and you have Mezzi up in the halls, so he's going to have to drop down and descend, and that opens up the flank a little bit, but...
Force the British guy to do it.
That's the thing. You see a little bit worried they are about these kinds of things, but it's all good.
Mezzi puts that bomb down. Yuri Kesterado coming back through the apartments. And they're just trying to figure out where are they coming from. Eventually they'll find out. Apex is covered off short. Oh, ZywOo gets dinked. He's low. Mezzi's got him covered though. Skulls comes in. Apex looking the wrong way. 2v2 now. Kesterado surely can't win this fight against Mezzi, but he certainly will. Now ZywOo's forced to keep vitality in this round. Time ticking, no kid available. Kesterado's got that kill, but is there time? No. The answer is a resounding no. FURIA come in, they clean up all the vitality players, but unfortunately for them, vitality's full of cash, and, well, not enough time.
But you see how sketchy it gets when like things get mixed up on who's planting the bomb and who's got the responsibility. Leave that player up in the halls. He's safe, he's comfortable. It's the best place to watch that kind of a flank. He's all good. But yeah, a little bit of miscomm on Apex pushing forward, having to drop out of halls, and that opened up the avenue for that retake from FURIA. Just no time whatsoever. And in the wise words of Apex a few rounds back, plenty of cash.
Yes, those wise words. From the Prophet Apex. Double up setup here for FURIA. Cello and Fallen, we know they like to bring it out every now and then. We know it can be very, very impactful. And I think at this point, nothing's working, so throw it in. Flames once again getting out behind these top mid boxes. ZywOo and Spinks clearing the underpass. He thinks he'd up for Flames, but he uses that smoke. The grenade just beats off his head. Flames is on a diet of shrapnel.
Ooh, look at Apex. He just crawled through smoke out Palace, tried to get cheeky.
Didn't go well for him. Ooh, Mezzi clearing the smoke. Skulls took a step back and didn't really clear the whispers of smoke as much as Mezzi would have liked.
Vitality did a really good job of converting 4v5s on Inferno. They've got another one here, but this time they walk into a two-man stack. Kesterado handles business with the help of Skulls.
Yeah, and they know where Mezzi is too. They last seen him towards ramp, so not going to be easy here for Mezzi to do much. But if you can make it expensive, FURIA have three players of AWPs in their hands right now. It's like the old art days.
Not trusting their rifles. Not trusting those M4s.
The one bullet
surely one gets dropped,
yeah,
right?
they're going to drop it. For the AK-47 and pick that up. That's Kesterado grabbing an AK. Time out taken for Vitality.
Yeah, they're giving a speech now. This isn't really about anything tactical or anything switch up. This is just, all right, everyone take a breather, chill. Let's give them no ground, give them no more rounds. Don't let them get back into this game.
Yeah, there's a few little moments that, you lose every player in the previous round, the bomb fumble, and that you lose the follow-up. So just make sure we recalibrate.
I think that kind of a lead, I think that's around there. They was just kind of opened up to individual plays. Like, let's spread out in the default. If you guys see something, you have the freedom to go for whatever you want. Apex obviously wanted to test a Palace walkout. Again, after abusing middle so much, after hitting the B bomb site pretty quickly in the previous round, thought maybe he might have had a window where he could catch a sole defender at the A bomb site, hit a timing and crack it open. Skulls was ready. FURIA looking at this double op setup as the solution to their problems to drag them back into this game. A 5-round deficit at the moment, and Kesterado is going to get aggressive.
A charge up top mid, AK-47 in the hands of Kesterado, only grabbing one. ZywOo barely alive, but still able to trade out that 1v1.
Pretty quiet on the map. Vitality's just looking for the next reaction, the next play from FURIA, but that's not coming. With a double op setup, they're so content to just stand far back. Cello watching B-halls from Market. Fallen's up over at the A bomb site, peering towards Con and ramp on timings.
Work from Cello. Mezzi goes down. Vitality crumbling in this round. It's Spinks and ZywOo having to fight back, and that is just so unstoppable.
Oh, he's going to molly him out as well.
And now Skulls is forced into the open. Spinks following up. And now it's a round that Spinks can win. That fire is starting to clear in jungle, but Yuri somehow finds Sanctuary. Plant comes in, but it keeps him at least pinned in jungle long enough for Spinks to plant the bomb.
Let Spinks know where he is, and he knows the other one was an op at the B bomb site.
So he's trying to just use this belt full of utility to try and make things a little more comfortable for himself. Create space for him to get out from behind default boxes, in behind triple, but he's got to worry about all of the retake positions until those steps. Now he knows they're both here as Spinks separates it into the 1v1. Spinks sharpening his sword as they come around the side. He slices them back, and it is Vitality in unlosable rounds for FURIA, still stepping up and still getting victories.
That's a 2v4 win for Spinks and ZywOo. An absolutely filthy round, trading their way into the bomb site, activated by some spectacular shots from ZywOo. And a great piece of movement from Spinks. He chucks all that utility, flashes, Molotov, nade, all from the default plant spot inside the bomb site, and finds a perfect timing to transition to the other side. FURIA thought he was on the left the entire time.
Oh, and ZywOo's now fired up. He goes in the middle, Serato taken down. Mezzi quickly in mid.
Do they not know?
There's two players in underpass. There's two players in underpass right now, and Mezzi has his back turned to them. Finally, that trade comes in from Spinks. And they'll molly and heat things up for Yuri. He's making noise now, burning away, and ZywOo starts to clean up this chaos. He's had enough. ZywOo activates into a 3K, and it is dominant again from Vitality.
It's just like Inferno. There's just nothing FURIA can do at the moment. Vitality hitting all the right responses and looking real sharp in doing so.
I couldn't believe Mezzi just walking with his back turned to the underpass.
Yeah, I guess I was surprised I didn't know. There was a lot of chaos, a lot of smokes and flashes, obviously, in mid, a lot of movement and probably comms on the Vitality side, but I thought surely someone would have seen one of the players in underpass. Look, they handled it at the end of the day. High fives all around, and the final timeout used by FURIA, so that just goes to show you how important this last round of the half is.
We'll see if it makes a whole load of difference. It does feel like this result is already written down.
It was always going to be a tough affair, Mirage.
But you didn't think it could get worse than Inferno.
Well, and then you saw the level they came up with on Inferno, and you're like, oh, yeah, Mirage is going to be bad. And they've kept it. I mean, they've sustained it, Vitality, through both maps in this series. It's not like just a random pop-off on one map and then back to nothing on the second. They've been incredible consistently across both. Final round of the first half. Final chance for FURIA to just claw together 3.
No mid-fight going down this time. FURIA don't have the resources, the weapons to fight. Vitality, no, they've got dominance in mid. At the head of Skulls, just a little too large, peeking over the top of that box. ZywOo just needs to see a pixel, and he's got that kill locked in. Spinks to drop Serato. Yuri spotted at stairs from ZywOo, so that information, oh, he even hits the wallbang. And Flames finishes him off. ZywOo is unplayable today. 12 kills, 5 deaths, only bested by Spinks, who was about to extend to 14. It has fallen left in a 1 versus 5 at the end of this first half. It is dominance from Vitality. It got worse for FURIA on map 2. And Vitality have come in with a statement performance to open up Cologne. This is strong, and they are so close to the finish. It's a brutal domination from Vitality, and we got to hear Apex laugh in French a lot in that first half because Vitality are having a great time.
They're having the best time ever. 10-2. They just finished mopping up FURIA on Inferno just earlier. This series is going to come to a very, very quick finish.
And ZywOo, the alien, with a cosmic performance in that first half. He's unplayable, unstoppable. And he's 12-5 right now, and he's actually getting outmatched by Spink, so everyone's firing on all cylinders today.
Even Mezzi's had some incredible rounds in the first half.
Well, let's see how FURIA do in a pistol round. They have struggled in pistols, and Apex Flames, they're starting off the theirs with a very clean start indeed. It looks like those struggles will continue, and FURIA better start prepping for Team Liquid in that lower bracket. Imagine just getting destroyed. You look up and it's just Apex off the other side of the floor.
It's a shame we don't get to see Vitality dominating like this more often because Apex just goes wild.
No!
Look, Mom, new Apex meme just dropped.
Yeah, there's always a new one.
There's always a
Cologne edition. Oh, FURIA. Well, they've gone for the conservative approach.
Look, you can't fault him whichever way they would have decided to go.
Yeah, this is going nowhere, though. This round ain't going anywhere.
Ideal start to Cologne for Vitality. When they win this series, they'll move on. They'll play FaZe tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough game.
FURIA will drop down to the lower bracket. They will play Liquid tomorrow. A rematch.
That was a good game. That was a great match.
Close game, yeah. A rematch from the stage 1. 2-1 victory for Team Liquid. And obviously a regional matchup as well. A nice little preview of the RMRs we'll get. We saw both those teams were invited to the Americas RMRs.
That's true.
All these regional matchups we've been able to watch at Cologne between the Brazilian teams, the South American teams, the North American teams. It's just like a good litmus test heading into one of the most important qualifications of the year.
And right now it's lit from Vitality. And those 12 rounds round out on their scoreboard. Oh, nice shot from Kesserado. Eventually taken out by Mezzi. It is 12-2. Map series point for Vitality. And I love that we're seeing this level from Vitality in the opening game, because in a world where you see G2 lose in their opening match, then you also see Spirit lose in their opening match. You're wondering, what are Vitality going to do against FURIA? This seems like a banana skin. You could slip on FURIA coming into the start of this tournament, and Vitality have utterly destroyed them. FURIA have won 5 rounds in the series so far.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it's not great. I actually didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's, oh, baby. Well,
that definitely doesn't help.
That's pretty much how the series has gone, if we're honest, is just
that
getting killed through a smoke for no good reason. Vitality, again, just everything has gone their way. Everything has worked. One of those games where everything's in your favor.
FURIA gather outside of the B-bomb site. The defense that are designed to deal with it is Mezzi with a FAMAS at short.
This is going to be a really hard match review for FURIA after this, because it's like, you can talk all you want about strategies, and yeah, there's some mistakes you can pick up on, but on some level, it's simply just Vitality individuals outplaying and out-aiming and out-fighting them everywhere they go.
Fallen, the last remaining member, Apex is in the perfect position to close, and today the V is absolutely for victory. Vitality come into the opening day of Cologne, and they stomp over FURIA. This is a Vitality that is looking scary. ZywOo shows up, and he had the rest of the Deathly Hollows alongside of him.
Yeah, I really don't care what the kind of recent history is for Vitality in terms of discipline